Today we will see about the height and distances. In height and distance, basically we find the height of wall and the distance of ladder from the wall. So, to understand this topic, we should know about the sine theta values and cos theta values and tan theta values. Only these three are very important to solve the question of height and distance. And the second thing we should know about the ratios of sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta. These are very important things to solve the question of height and distance. Now, let's take an example how we can solve the question of height and distance. So here I have taken a question that two ships are sailing in the sea on the two sides of lighthouse. The angles of elevation of the top of the lighthouse as observed from the two ships are 30° and 45° respectively. If the lighthouse is 100-meter high, find the distance between the two ships. To solve this question, it's very simple. We have read the question. So we will go according to question, and first we will make a diagram. A line diagram we have to make it. So you can see the two ships are sailing in the sea on the two sides of lighthouse. So first we will make a lighthouse here, and then we will make a 2 points to represent that these are the ships. So you can take it, the points, these are ships. And both the ships are opposite to each other, opposite to the lighthouse. Then they said that the angle of elevation of the top of the lighthouse, so the top of the lighthouse is this. So the angle of elevation of the top of the lighthouse as absorbed from the two ships, that means from the one ship it is 30° and from another ship it is 45°. So you can see I'm going to make angle here. So this is the angle of our 30° I'm taking, and the another one we will consider as 45° angle from the another ship. You can take this. So now you can see when I'm making angles and all, it's making a triangle. You can see I want to show you here. It will make a triangle. You can see this. And it is 45°. We will give the name to these two triangles as ABC and another triangle as ABD. And it's also given that the height of the lighthouse is 100-meter high. So we can consider that this is 100-meter. Now, and we have to find the distance between the two ships. So you can see here, from here to here, this is the distance of lighthouse, from the lighthouse to one ship, and from the lighthouse to the another ship. So basically we have to find the distance between the two ships. That means we have to find the distance between C and D. So let's see how we can solve it. So it's very easy. We will consider first triangle first. Now, and the second triangle in the second time. So you can see here, when you will look the first triangle ABC, you will see that it's theta here. So this side will be the perpendicular, and this adjacent we can take it as a base. So I can write it down here. Tan, we know very well, the ratio tan theta gives me perpendicular upon base. So we know very well that tan theta, what is the value of theta is given in that case? So here we have 30°. So we will write it down here, tan 30°, which is equals to the perpendicular, means the height. This is the height of the lighthouse, which we are taking as a perpendicular, and it is given us as a 100-meter. So we will write it down here, perpendicular as a 100-meter. We don't know the base, so we will write it down here, CB, as we have considered that the CB as a base. So we will write down here CB. Now we can see that the value of tan theta. So you can see from the chart the value of tan 30 degree is given as root 3 by 3. That means basically what we say in general term, we generally say it is 1 by root 3. So we can write it down here, 1 upon root 3. That is equals to 100 meter upon CB. So you can do the cross multiplication here. So it will go multiply with this and the CB will multiply with this. So we can see here the CB distance. That means one ship from the lighthouse, it will become 100 times root 3 meter. Now, we have to consider the second triangle. In this case, this is the angle 45 degree, and the opposite to this is we will consider as a perpendicular, and this we will consider as a base. So you can see the BD will become the base and AB will become the perpendicular of this triangle. So now you can see what I'm going to write it down here. So we will make a column, and again I will use the tan theta because the tan theta ratio gives me perpendicular upon base. And here the value of theta I need to write 45 degree. So I will write it down here 100 meters, and we don't know the base, so I will write down as BD. So same thing we have to do. We have to look on the value of tan 45 degree. So you can see that the tan 45 degree is 1. So we will write it down here 1, and that is equals to 100 meter upon BD, the distance BD. So now again we have to do the cross multiplication. So you can see it's going to multiply with this, and nothing is below the 1. So we will put it 1. So you can see it will multiply with the 100 meters. So I can write it down here. BD is equals to 100 meters. So you can see here, guys, that you have BD as 100 meter and you have CB as 100 root 3 meter. So you can see when we have to find the distance between the two ships, that means we need to find the distance between CD. So you can see when I will add the CB and BD, it will give me the distance between the two ships. So I can write it down here. The distance between the two ships, distance between two ships is equals to CB plus BD. And we know very well the CB is 100 root 3 plus 100. So you can see here 100 and 100 we can take a common. So 100 I have taken common. Root 3 is left from the first and 1 is left from the second term. And we know very well the value of root 3 is equals to 1.73. So you can see I have written here, and then we can write down 100, and this will, when we will add them together, it will become 2.73, and then we have to solve it. So when the 100 times 2.73, it will gives us 273 meter. So the distance between the two ships is going to be how much? 273 meter. So you can see how easily we have solved this question of height and distance. So guys, it's a very simple. Only you need to draw the diagram, and then you have to think about the triangle. Thank you very much to watch the video. Thank you again.